first down. Busy through the air in the first half, and he gets things going here with a touchdown. Plenty of room for Albert. A beautiful cut into the end zone. Fernandez around the corner. Beautiful cut, first down and more from Reyes. Right side, find the edge, find the sideline. And here's that second gear. Hand off near side, Sanchez, foot race. And he's going to go untouched into the end zone for a touchdown. This time he's got a first down and more. In Pinkerton territory down the far sideline. Snap taking, pitch left side. Rock trying to navigate, breaks a tackle. Clemens back to the air. Deep down the near sideline, he's got a man. Harris Lopez, can he find room to the pylon? Yes, sir. Slant pass, touchdown, Souhegan. Far sideline, Londonderry's going to score a touchdown. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Nashua. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. We're getting set for the quarterfinal matchup between the Nashua North Titans and the Merrimack Tomahawks. Two teams familiar with one another, neighboring towns, both looking for a ticket to the semifinals. In about 10 minutes or so, both teams finishing up the final pregame preparations. Again, quarterfinal coverage here from Stello Stadium. Hello again, Nick Anastas with Steve Beals. A gorgeous night for football. We start with the Nashua North Titans, widely considered the top team in the state, a 3-0 regular season, a blowout 35-6 first-round victory over Bishop Girton on their home field and looking like the favorites tonight. Merrimack, on the other hand, the comeback kids a week ago, they trailed Steve 20-0 against Nashua South, came back to finish it out 27-6 winners. They fight another day, but boy, things have to go right for the Tomahawks in a lot of areas tonight. There's no doubt. There's a lot of weight here on Crampton and the offensive line to provide him room because this defensive secondary in Nashua North is lights out, Nick. They've been locked down, very similar to Goffstown, maybe even a little better. We'll see. We're doing Goffstown tomorrow, but I'll tell you tonight, Crampton and his receiver runners, the routes that they run, and give him time to do what he kind of did last week because it's going to be really difficult to run. If they can successfully do that and then get some breaks, I think that's what they're going to need early on the Merrimack side. Let's not forget Kip Jackson of the game plan that the head coach came out with last week with his staff, and the guys just remain calm and cool. Anybody to watch that Nashua South game against Nashua South and Coach Knight, great, well-known coach and very competent coach and a good staff there. Coach Kip Jackson really had one of the best nights of his Merrimack career, the way he brought best afternoons. It's a great game to watch, and Crampton was cool as a cucumber, and really I never saw him execute the passing routes the way he did the other night on the Nashua north side. Watch the Whiting, Max Ackerman, left side of the line connection with Espinol, and then obviously Harris Lopez, picking at holes there. And then what they'll do, Lorende knows he can count on that. He'll just keep running that if he can. And then once they have to force over to that side in the box, there you've got, you got Cunningham and Brissetti that he can pass to because it's going to force guys up. So it is a tall order, as you said, Nick, to take on the Nashua North team deep. Over the last couple of seasons now, the name Curtis Harris Lopez should be familiar to you, the senior quarterback for the Titans. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 Division I offers in the offseason, no matter where he ends up. He's a special player, not just with his quarterback abilities, but defensively as the safety and the ability to really ball hawk at times for the Titans. Yeah, other than Fernandez, I haven't seen, Lopez is the premier runner as far as speed, his breakout speed is concerned. The only guy that can either, that I've seen this year that can probably, run a somewhat of a close second is Fernandez on Salem, but Harris Lopez is really special. When he gets around that corner, you watch him, he does that slow stutter step for a second, starts to suck in the defensive back, and then what does he do? He turns it on, and then, man, watching that guy run, he reminds me of Bolt from Jamaica. He's just unbelievable. He's just, what a runner. Well, As we can take a look now at the field, both teams in their respective corners, so to speak, getting ready. Not a big crowd, of course, a social distance crowd. The players themselves, the home team players, limited to 2 tickets per. So that is what we expect tonight. The color guard, however, is here, which is a good sign. Some other local media is here with their eyes on this one tonight. It's the only Division I quarterfinal game that will be played tonight. The rest will be played tomorrow, including where we will be, in Goffstown for Bedford and Goffstown. That comes your way at 1 o'clock. So a full day of high school playoff football tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I just think it's great to split up the nights, certainly in the quarterfinals. And the semifinals could be different, but the quarterfinals is great. Everybody wants to go out and see different games, and it's a time when all the teams are facing, one and done. And it's an opportunity, in the future when we can start having fans come back to games. It's just really glad Lisa, the great AD here, made that choice to do it Friday night. And Stella, what a great venue to play in on a Friday night. It's just well lit. It's just in great shape. And, we're talking to Tom King. Tom Pound was open today. It was that warm. I mean, and it really is relatively warm tonight, Nick. I was expecting to have one of those frigid nights where we're just sitting here shaking, and this is a welcome surprise.
Well, temperatures should not dip any lower than where they are right now, which is about, 63 or so degrees.
That's it. That's what they're saying.
And gorgeous. Really a night and day difference between what we saw in Manchester last weekend, was there was snow on the turf at Manchester Memorial. Well, again, a final preparation going on between these two clubs who did not meet in the regular season. They usually do, but not this year. A little bit of a different schedule, of course, with the COVID-19 situation. But both these head coaches very familiar with one another. You mentioned Merrimack's Kip Jackson, of course. Dante Lorendi, the head coach of Nashua North, came up in the Merrimack program years ago. So both teams, both coaches, very familiar with one another despite not facing head-to-head so far this year.
And very well-liked coaches amongst the league and also by their individual players, and very well respected. Watching Dante, the leadership that he provides as far as a head coach to the staff and the young players, it's just critical to have a coach that has those kind of qualities. I thought against Londonderry, you could just really see that he came out with a game plan the second half that was outstanding. He ran behind Ackerman and Whiting continuously, and then he started to pick apart Londonderry in a way that I haven't seen anybody do that yet. So he's a terrific coach, and his players play hard for him.
Well, Merrimack on the other side, of course, led by the aforementioned Kyle Crampton. He's still just a junior. His first year as a full-time starter, and he really had a chance to shine in that come-from-behind win back on Sunday against Nashua South. Crampton over 250 yards, a couple of touchdowns, some key first downs on that final drive, which ended up winning the game for the Tomahawks. They're going to need some kind of a similar performance from their signal caller tonight.
Yeah, and we talked about Bedford last week. They got stronger as the game against Memorial went on. I think it's a great feeling to come into a game knowing that the third and then the fourth quarter were your best quarters as you face a team like this. We talked to Kip Jackson last week on Rewind on Monday, and Kip was in a very loose mood. You could see he likes his football team. He's feeling good, and he should after that great win. But when we asked him about Crampton, he said, he kind of came off the field and he just didn't seem rocked by being down 20-0. I'm just going to come out here and play my game and do it. And the comfort level and the maturity he showed leading his team, some of those throws that he made, Nick, were just seam passes that were just right in the perfect spot, perfectly great footwork. I always talk about quarterbacks' footwork. It's so important to be a consistent thrower. He released well. He wasn't giving away and telegraphing his receivers. He was looking the other way, but he knew what he was going to do moving down. So there's obviously a great connection that's developed between those two. We liked Crampton last year. Remember, we thought he was a pretty good quarterback last year, but he's really coming into his own, and he's just done a terrific job with his cast of characters. And that offensive line, Nick, just did a terrific job with giving Crampton the opportunity and the comfort to get in the to stay in the pocket, because he's really a pocket guy. He's not a guy that's really has a propensity to run like a Lopez or a Harris Lopez or so many other quarterbacks like a Hanault. He's not really built that way. He'll do it. He's a passer, and did a great job in that second half. So He's going to, like you said, Nick, he's going to have to be perfect in this game, no doubt.
Coin toss coming your way in about a minute. We'll get the national anthem underway and then the kickoff momentarily as well. Live here in Nashua, broadcasting tonight in conjunction with the NFHS and the NHIAA for the second straight week. We appreciate that partnership. And just some other tournament notes before we get going. For those who have not heard, Exeter has been, well, not eliminated, but they have taken themselves out, unfortunately, of the tournament due to a COVID-19 situation. Their opponent this weekend, Winnicott, has been granted the victory and will play next weekend in the Division I semifinals.
Yeah, that's just terrible. I mean, I hated losing Pinkerton. Now lost that other great running offense. I always look forward to Exeter and Pinkerton in the secondary in the end of the season because they're always in the game. Just a shame. I feel terrible for these kids after that great win over Dover that they had the other night. I also feel terrible for Dover because that was kind of a game that both of those teams seemed to me like they were quarterfinals teams, and it's a shame that that they maybe not have known earlier in the week, so maybe Dover could have gone in and played Winnicott given the fact that they were out, but there was nowhere near enough time to react. I'm not sure they would have done it if they could have, but I do feel bad for Exeter. I feel bad for Dover as well. Given the fact that those teams were so evenly matched.
Right.
But it is the way the things are this season. Everybody's doing the best they can to balance maintaining health for these young people and the greater community at the same time. Us football people, you just want to see these games be played. So it's sad, but it's just what we're living through right now. And if we can just hopefully all get safe here pretty soon and be able to not have to have those worries.
All right, we have the national anthem for you live here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire.
And now the officials will meet with the captains of each team.
Well, tonight's broadcast, as it usually is brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Call Steve at 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com. Nick Anastas with Steve Beals. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week. Be sure to find us on YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube. FNLNH Media. FNLNH Media. And again, we appreciate the support. We appreciate you hitting the subscribe button for us. Well, there you see the captains at midfield. Number 4 in white, Steve, on the far side for Merrimack. That's Jake Trahan. He'll be the central focus of the run game tonight for Coach Jackson. Scored 3 touchdowns, no surprise, and that come from behind. First-round victory over Nashua South.
Yeah, one of the things on this style offense, Nick, is you know obviously during the handoff you've got to have good coordination, which he does with Crampton, and Crampton does a great job baking it. And he has to because he's not seen as necessarily as a stellar runner. He's decent at it, but those fakes are important because that's what's going to give Trahan the opportunity to choose the hole. Second thing that Trahan does is he makes a decision and then he goes, and that was really apparent in the second half where he was able to run some serious yardage at different times, at critical times, and getting a critical amount of yardage to move the sticks and keep the ball out of South's hands. Did a great job. So that's going to, I agree with you, Nick, that's going to be very important, but I really think it comes down to the passing game and the route running of the receivers for the Tomahawks.
Merrimack will have a chance, should have a chance, to display their offense first. They will receive the opening kick. Again, gorgeous night here in Nashua. About as good as you could ask for early November here in southern New Hampshire. It's not going to drop temperature-wise any further than it is right now. So both teams, very fast, Steve. Programs built around speed. Should not be any weather interference in that regard tonight.
Yeah, the recovery speed of, we talked about Goffstown, now we'll talk about Nashua North. Recovery speed of the defensive backfield. Not only do they lock down, they also, even when they make a mistake, they can recover so quickly that they're just such an interception threat. And they break up passes extremely well, and they just confound a quarterback that doesn't understand and pass at the right time. Timing is going to be everything, and Kyle Crampton is going to have to really perform today and choose the right receiver. And as we always say, Nick, know when not to throw the ball or throw it out of bounds.
Lucas Cunningham kicks the football off, and we are underway here from Merrimack. This one will roll into the end zone for a touchback.
Nice kick.
Underway here in Nashua, of course, and now Merrimack will come out 1st and 10 from their own 20. So the junior quarterback, Kyle Crampton, getting set to lead this Tomahawk offense. The junior quarterback, last year as a sophomore, saw some playing time about midway through the season and really relished the role this year as a junior. But he'll have his hands full tonight. The one to watch in blue up front for Nashua North would be number 61, Max Ackerman, who's really a two-way trench nightmare. He's the big boy defensive tackle here on the near side. Merrimack, they'll spread it out all night. 4 receiver sets open up, 2 to each side. As we get things going here from Stello Stadium, play number 1 is a pass out in the flat. The catch is made by Shea Goodwin, and he's up near the first down marker, just shy at the 29 to set up 2nd down and 1.
I like the call. Trying to challenge that defensive line of Nashua North early isn't probably necessarily a wise thing to do. This is what Kip Jackson did and does well. He reads the defense and reacts well.
2nd down and 1, back to the air. Crampton now going to tuck and run, looking for the 30 in the first down marker, and he's got it. Marked down after he rolls forward up to about the 33. So Crampton showing what he can do with his legs as well there on that one.
Yeah, just a good choice. We talked about that. If it's not there, tuck it and run, throw it out of bounds, whatever you got to do. Don't take a loss.
Up-tempo style. That's how Coach Jackson likes to keep it. They run a counter here. Trahan's first carry, lost his balance across the 35. Ruled down inbounds at about the 39-yard line. Pretty good pickup there to set up 2nd down and 5.
That is an aggressive forward lean right there. He was just waiting to be hit so he could try to bowl him over. Nobody came. He had more room than he thought. Fast pace here.
Opening drive for Merrimack, very fast pace. Minute gone by in the game. Goodwin, his second catch. It's on a screen. He's tackled by Harris Lopez
shy of the first down marker. A flag comes in late from the back judge. I think the game's first penalty.
I think they're going to call a block in the back. I don't agree with it. I thought it was a very good block. The defensive player turned his back. They're going to call it a hold, so it wasn't that. Good. Okay. Didn't see the hold, but it looked like I thought he was going to call a block in the back, but the defender turned his back. On that case, you don't call that, which they didn't. So must have been a hold in the trenches somewhere.
First penalty tonight against Merrimack, against either side here with just over a minute gone by.
I've never seen so much holding called in a short season ever. There's been a lot of it, Nick, as we've seen the games that we've done. But
by the way, a 5-man officiating team tonight. For the most part, it was a 4-man crew during the regular season matchups. We saw this postseason 5-man team last weekend as well. After the hold, it's now 3rd and 12 from their own 30, and now the Titan defensive line seems to have jumped early.
Yeah, I didn't see anybody move on the O-line. It looks like encroachment to me, Nick. Yep. So they're going to get 5 of it back?
Yep. Well, little different scenario now on 3rd and 7 versus 3rd and 12.
It does open up the playbook. Something underneath can really work, and because they've got another down to, they want something, get at least 5-6 yards here.
Against the 4-man front, Cunningham coming on a blitz. They'll roll out. Throw from Crampton is tipped, and it's incomplete. That's Devin Brissetti, who got his left hand on it to knock it away. The incompletion will bring up a 4th down and likely a Merrimack punt coming from their own 35.
Yeah, that was greatly. Kyle had to get rid of it because Cunningham was coming from behind at full speed from the backside corner, Nick, and that he was going to run Crampton down if he didn't get rid of it. That was a risky pass right there. Got lucky there.
Crampton, meanwhile, is at the line of scrimmage here, his own 35-yard line on 3rd down and 8. Oh, sorry, Steve. It's only 3rd down. I thought it was 4th.
Nope.
3rd down. High snap. Crampton trying to recover the loose ball. The Titans now say they have it.
They do.
And they do. Well, they'll flip the field position just like that with the game's first turnover. They'll bring the offense out 1st and 10 from the Merrimack 25-yard line.
Yeah, we said Kyle's got to be perfect, and that's, obviously that's a tough break. Coming away against probably the number 1 rated team in the state right now is you never want to do, and that was unfortunate. It looked to me like he started breaking back for the pass before he had possession, solid possession of it, Nick. That's a big mistake.
I believe it was recovered by Travis Holbrook, the senior, for Nashua North. So, first carry for Curtis Harris-Lopez. Stiff arm on a stretch run near side. Stays in bounds. Spins down inside the 20. And gets a rousing cheer of approval from the home sidelines there. A little razzle-dazzle on his first carry to set up a 2nd down and 4.
Well, they had him a 2-yard loss, Nick, but he straight-armed the defender and was able to dance back and forth, and he finally got, 5-6 yards on it. That's just a great player doing great things.
It was the cornerback, Caden Dudash, given credit for the tackle. 2nd down and 4. Nashua North likes to play up-tempo as well. They'll keep it in the quarterback's hands. And Curtis Harris-Lopez is inside the 10-yard line. The 1st down and then some.
Yeah, delay run behind number 61 and number 56, Nick. I said at the beginning of the game, he's going to run behind those guys on a regular basis. What weapons to have, Harris, Lopez, and Whiting and Ackerman to run behind. They're going to keep doing it.
Jake Bunis on the stop there, again out of the Merrimack secondary. 1st down and goal from the 7. Titans looking to strike first. They hand to Espinol on a stretch run far side, looking to lean forward to the 5. And he is wrestled down inside the 5 in the end at about the 4-yard line to set up 2nd down and goal. A gang tackle there along the far edge. Looked like Jake Bunis again in there on the stop for Merrimack.
Yeah, and Espinal, what a strong, you look at him, you say he's wiry, he's fast and all that, but he is I bet you he can do the whole weight machine on the leg press in the gym, Nick, because he just carried 3 defenders with him for 3 extra yards.
A lot of lower body strength. Yep. He's the tailback now in the pistol. 2 receivers right side with a wing right side as well. They go to Espinol up the middle, makes a cut, and he's in for the touchdown. A beautiful hole opened up in front of Jaden Espinol. He's in the end zone, and Nashua North is on the board first with 3 minutes gone by in this first quarter.
Yeah, number 70, Joseph Gutierrez. What a great job he did, Nick. Got a great down block on it and just drove forward into the secondary and opened up room for Espinal to take it in, and that's exactly what he did.
So
Is it Espinal or Espanol? I don't want to say the wrong name. I'm doing the best I can, but doesn't matter. He's terrific.
I believe it's Espanol.
Yeah, Espanol. Okay.
Or Espinal. That's what I believe it's pronounced. Meanwhile, extra point booted through. Strong kick from Cunningham.
Yep.
And North has taken a 7-0 lead here. Again, less than 3 minutes into the game.
I mean, that is taking advantage of a mistake by Merrimack. That they do that again, Nick. It's probably going to be too late because this team is that good. They've got to now make an effort to play mistake-free football. They didn't mean to do it, but like I say, thought Kyle should have been able to handle it. That's unfortunate for the Tomahawks.
Well, the turnover set up North basically in the red zone, or at least on the doorstep of the red zone at the 25. And they take 4 plays to find pay dirt. So 7-0 Nashua North as they capitalize on, well, in the end, it's going to look like a bad snap on the Merrimack side that led to that lost fumble.
Pretty good snap, though. Should have been able to have been handled. Again, he's that the pressure to perform with that defensive line rushing so well. It's always on your mind.
Kick high this time, a little short. They handle that about the 15-yard line, up over the 20 to the near side comes the return man. And that is Stephen Peets, and he is up across the 25 to the 27-yard line.
You can see it even on the special teams, Nick, that this athleticism of this North team, they recover so quickly. They just gang tackle and they just flow to the ball with such agility and passion. It's just they do it every play.
It's Kobe Marshall, the first there, gets credit for the tackle. 1st and 10 Merrimack, handoff, stretch run, far side. Looking for the edge is Justin Fournier. The senior's first carry brings him up to about the 30-yard line. He stopped along the perimeter after a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8.
They're getting some room to run, Nick. They haven't had one negative play on the left side. Now their hash mark is on that side, so it's going to be shortened up. But
the corner, Derek Finley, there on the stop. Merrimack quickly getting to the line of scrimmage, staying in the 4-receiver set. They hand to Jake Punis, trying to find a hole up front. Does push the pile up to about the 33-yard line, still about 4 or 5 yards shy of the first down marker.
It's a big play here, Nick, to be able to move the ball and not give it right, do a 3-and-out, give it right back. But they need to move the sticks here and take time off the clock and methodically move down the field.
They need a completion. Crampton going to look left, fire, and a diving grab is made for a first down. Just near the 40-yard line, that's Peets, the return man, for a gain of about 8.
Nice footwork there by Kyle Crampton. Very, very comfortable in the pocket that time. I agree with Coach Jackson doing quick passes.
It's actually Petts, not Peets. Crampton, left side, right back to Petts. He's at midfield, and he's got another Merrimack first down.
Yeah, see, somebody in the offensive structure has done a good job, Nick. You're not going to be able to give Crampton a lot of time against this mammoth defensive line that's fast, agile, strong, and heavy, and they got all the attributes. So,
well, they were picking on that sophomore corner over there, Derek Finley. North then decided to put Cunningham on Petts.
Yeah,
that snap. Meanwhile, incomplete on a low throw. Trying to free up the slot man here on the near side, Fournier.
And that was a good thing it was incomplete because they saved a 3-yard loss.
Second down and 10 from midfield. Just over 4 minutes gone by. Merrimack trailing 7-0. Looking good, though, on this drive. Hard count. And now it looks like Crampton's going to change up the play. He's got Bunis with him in the backfield. Man in motion near side. Handoff to Trahan, and he's crushed up the middle. That's Ackerman, who blew up the spot. It'll be in the end about a 4-yard loss, and now a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 14 on the way.
Yeah, it's a costly, don't like the play call, Nick, going against one of the strongest defensive lines in the whole state. I know you have to do it from time to time, but they're making progress outside. So I'd keep doing it and force them to adjust.
Meanwhile, again, a stoppage here as Crampton checking with his coaches on the left side, on the far sideline there to his left. Now ready to go with 4 receivers, 3 near side. On 3rd and 15, he's flushed out of the pocket, throws down the middle. A diving attempt by Fournier.
It bounced.
And they say incomplete. Good effort. Nearly pulled it up. It would have been close to the first down. Instead, The officials say incomplete. And now a 4th down and 15 officially facing Merrimack as they trail 7-0.
Well, the receivers are getting open, Nick, that they got to provide Kyle at least 2 seconds. And we're not asking for 4, but you got to give him between 2 and 3 seconds to get that pass off, and they were all over him.
High snap, good catch by Petts, and then a pretty good kick down the middle that'll bounce at the 25. Harris Lopez going to field at the 15, creep across the 20, trying to make a man miss at the 25. He's finally taken down by a couple of Merrimack players just shy of the 25-yard line. So North with drive number 2 on the way, already a 7-0 lead on the board 5 minutes into this opening quarter.
Nice field position change on that punt. Great job by the punter getting that off, and he got a good overhand roll on it, which and Harris Lopez slipped. This defense of the Tomahawks got to step up big here, Nick. They got to try to get the ball back because they have been moving the sticks, but they've got to even this game up. Defense has got to come up big.
All right, 4 receivers for Nashua North. They'll put one in motion near side and give him the ball. It's Espinol, the man who scored the touchdown a moment ago. He's going to weave his way for a first down down the near sidelines all the way to midfield before he steps out of bounds. Jaden Espinol, he has been the man so far in this first quarter. He scored from 4 yards out of the previous drive, and he rips off a big 25-yard ground gain here for the Titans.
Nice seal block on the left side by they got Ackerman there now, but he wasn't there in that play. I believe that was Whiting that sealed it off very, very nicely.
Whiting, the left guard.
Yep.
And, of course, Ackerman, the left tackle. You mentioned that formidable duo on the left side of the line. 1st and 10, Titans trying to get into Merrimack territory. First carry here for Finley, and the sophomore is off to the races. Inside the 20, and finally out of bounds along the far sideline at the 18-yard line. One of the many weapons at Coach Lorendi's disposal. This is Derek Finley, the sophomore, who shows the speed there.
Yeah, the sophomore shows the speed, take nothing away from the run, but the offensive line of Nashua North is proving too much for the defensive line, and they're just completely caving the outside corners on both sides, and the edge on both sides, and they're just winning it. It's just this wide open space to gain speed.
So back-to-back runs of 25 and 32 yards. On 1st and 10, Curtis Harris Lopez smelling the end zone. He's inside the 10, at the 5, and inside the pylon for another Nashua North touchdown. 3 plays, 75 yards, and touchdown number 2 now on the board for the home team.
Yeah, nice kick-out block there, Nick, and then caved in the tackle, and that's where the way that play is designed. And there's no margin for error when you've got Harris Lopez running the ball, and he just lulls defenders into him. He kind of stutter steps there and then jacks the speed up, and he's just extremely difficult to bring down. You have to slow him down the line of scrimmage, otherwise you're just not going to catch him.
An 18-yard touchdown run for the senior. Now Cunningham trying to go 2 for 2 on the extra point tries. A good hold, barely gets it off. This one is no good as it goes wide right. So 6, but not 7. But either way, a 13-0 Nashua North lead as we head towards the midway point of this first quarter.
Yeah, just a terrific offensive blocking scheme against the Tomahawks, and every single time at the point of attack, Nick, the 2 or 3 guys at the offensive players are winning the individual battles, and that's what's just given Espinol, Harris Lopez and company just the opportunity to gain speed at the line, accelerate, and then there's no way with a good downfield blocking that's taking place as well that they can stop these guys. That's why they're ripping off, instead of 5 or 6 yards, they're ripping off half the distance of the goal every single time.
So, well, Merrimack now in need of an answer. They picked up a few first downs on that last drive, but it sputtered out.
Yeah, but if the defense can't stop them, Nick, stop the running game, I mean, that's just going to be so difficult to try to even begin to stay in this. They've got to be able to sustain a drive here, cut the score in half here, maybe get within 6. It's getting crunch time very early in the first quarter here, Nick.
Well, again, they were down 20-0 last week against Nashua South, but not the start that Cope Jackson was hoping for. All right, on the return, creeping up is Petts. He'll spin at the 25 and fight for maybe 3 more yards up to about the 28-yard line. First down and 10. Well, again, our broadcast tonight is in conjunction with the NFHS, second straight week we've been in partnership with them. And, of course, on behalf of the NHIAA as well, we appreciate many more successful ventures with them, hopefully on the way. All right, Merrimack going to hand to another ball carrier on a stretch, and he's not going to get far. Devin Brissetti awaiting on the far side. That was the first carry for the Merrimack senior Ryder Morse.
Yeah, Trahan's he has to hit that, has to make that block, Nick. He just got thrown back, and
all right, second down and 12, officially a 2-yard loss. North, meanwhile, threatening a blitz on the edge. It's going to cause Merrimack to call an audible here as we move inside of 6 minutes first quarter. Second down and 12 from their own 28-yard line. North will rush 4. Ackerman comes up the middle. That flush is cramped in out of the pocket. He throws incomplete, trying to find Morris on the near side, but running for his life with big Max Ackerman chasing him down. It'll be third down and long again for Merrimack, a third down and 12, pinned inside their own 30.
Yeah, and Toby Brown Jr. there right after Ackerman presses and shoves him out of the pocket. He comes up to finish it, and with good sportsmanship, lifts Crampton back up after he knocked him down.
All right, Crampton will have 2 receivers, 2 each side. Merrimack needs to come up with 12 yards to keep the drive going. Up the middle, again pressure,
Whiting.
and again a sack. You called it. Spencer Whiting, the senior, came flying into the backfield for another Nashua North sack, and Merrimack looking now at a 4th and long.
Yeah, just 11 individual matchups, Nick, that the North is winning on every one of them. I mean, there's no matchup here of the 11 that's winning that I can see so far, and you know they're kind of got their backs to the wall right now. They're going to get good field position.
4th down and 25. The kick comes away from inside the 10-yard line. Petz's boot goes up and out of bounds inside the 50-yard line at the Tomahawk 47. So gorgeous starting field position for drive number 3. The Titans are already with a commanding 13-0 lead with now 5 minutes and change remaining in this first quarter. Well, again, the NHIAA reminding you that there's a shortage of officials, unfortunately, statewide. Becoming a high school sports official is really an easy call. Officiating always allows you to continue to be a role model by demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, and courage. Up the middle, this is Isaac Smith, another sophomore for Coach Lorendi. Spun down near the first down marker. Tackle made by Merrimack's Caden Dudash, but not before a 10-yard gain in the first down. Well, it's on autopilot now. It looks like, Steve, the Titans.
That's a great word.
Who scored touchdowns on their first 2 possessions, looking for more here inside the Merrimack 40. They come near side. This is Smith, stutter step, trying to fight for yardage inside the 35 before Dudash and company wrestle him down at about the 34-yard line.
Yeah, the speed is just different between the teams right now. North is running right downhill, Nick, but Merrimack has got to dig down. Might be a good time for timeout, to be honest with you, because you can't go 3 scores down here. It's really, you can, but I mean, it's just going to be a really, really deep hole. But Merrimack's got to dig in, and they got to start smacking them back. And, the heck with the score, but the attitude's got to.
They're going to rush 5 here on second down and 8. Curtis Lopez is gone. On a rollout right side, just too much speed.
Just too much.
The touchdown comes from 33 yards out, and Nashua North now with a 3-score lead of 19-0 with 4 minutes remaining in this first quarter.
Yeah, you look at some of these guys on North and the speed, and I'm starting to look at the conditioning of North, Nick. These guys have clearly, they didn't start lifting in August. They've been lifting since January. These guys are in condition. They got a spring in their step, and they're all extremely powerful. You can see that they're in outstanding shape and have a lot of strength because, as I said, they're just winning the individual battle.
Coach Lorendi wants to go for level. 2. His extra point fail a moment ago. His extra point try failed a moment ago, so they want to get 2 here to make it 21-0. They hand near side. Smith looking for a key block. He gets it, and he's into the end zone.
Yeah, how about 22 on the block there, Nick? Ed Brissetti. What a terrific job. These guys do everything. They do the unselfish work. They all get an opportunity to see a little spotlight. but it's the things that they're doing when they're not on the spotlight, which just shows that it's a do-your-job mentality on Coach Lorende's crew here, and they are getting it done. And 21-0, what? 7, 8?
Less than 8 minutes.
Less than 8 minutes into the first quarter is just a testament to how strong this team is.
Well, Nashua North widely regarded as the top team in the state. And that was the opinion, really the consensus opinion from many of those, quote-unquote, in the know. And that includes a lot of coaches who said, frankly, that Nashua North, there's just not a better team, at least on paper. Again, a 3-0 regular season, a blowout win last week over Bishop Girton, and already a 21-0 lead over Merrimack here in the quarterfinals.
They have the athletic ability to beat the vast majority of teams, but when they're executing at this level at the same time and doing, as I said, those unselfish things so well with so much aggression and so much precision, you better come prepared. But there are other teams that are improving as well. I know the Salem program is we saw them improve tremendously. There's some other good teams out there, but you got to look at Nashua North.
Yep. And we'll see, of course, Goffstown and Bedford battle it out tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock as well. You can watch that here on FNL NH Media. On the return across the 20, this is Dudash. Going to lean up to about the 22 and set up the Tomahawks there. Fourth drive for Merrimack in this first quarter. They've all begun inside their own 30. And this one officially at the 23, excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much just got to open it up here right now. If they keep putting 4 linemen in the middle, stop running there because it's just not going to happen, Nick. You gotta be looking outside and trying to grab 5 yards, 6 yards. A lot of bubble screens, a lot of slants, things of that nature that where Crampton is at his best. He's got to move the sticks here, though.
Crampton ready to go. 4 receivers, 2 each side. High snap, looks right, throws near side, has Goodwin his third catch. And he's taken down at the line of scrimmage. Zach Cunningham, the big 6'4" outside linebacker, right there for the tackle. Just a 1-yard gain. A 2nd and 9 on the way.
This is a defensive crew.
And they rally to the football. We've talked to Coach Lorendi. We know what kind of emphasis he and his staff put on the defensive side of the football, and it's showing here in the first quarter. Merrimack looking for a first down. On 2nd and 9, they throw to the slot. Catch is made by Morse, fighting his way to the 30. Still about 3, maybe 4 yards shy. It'll be 3rd and, I guess, officially 3. Out of the safety spot. Harris Lopez on the tackle. So a crucial 3rd down and 3 here on the way as we hit the 3-minute mark first quarter. Crampton ready to go. Again, 2 receivers each side. Trahan in motion, now joins him in the backfield. He's got Bunis to his right as well. Crampton pumps the brakes, takes a look. Coach Jackson over there on the sideline in communication with his quarterback. North, they brought the blitz, Steve, on 3rd down on some of the previous drives. We'll see what they do here. High snap, Crampton on the rollout, near side, throws, he's hit, and this one knocked down by Brissetti. Yeah, well, he had to get rid of it, Steve.
He had to. He has no
choice. He got whacked in the backfield by Jack Peters. The sophomore linebacker came on the blitz, and Merrimack will have to punt facing a 4th and 3.
Yeah, that was a nice package there. Very, very well disguised blitz. The problem is Crampton's, he's fading back, and he's having to throw literally leaping backward, so it just falls short. That's happened. I think that's the 4th pass, Nick, at least, that's happened.
Petz, his 4th punt tonight, 3rd, I should say, comes from his own 19. Takes a bounce at the 30, and the electric Harris Lopez is going to reverse direction, come back near side across the 35, runs a man over at the 40, and is taken down at about the 43-yard line. A good return to set up Nashua North for drive number 4. They've got a 21-0 lead now with 2:23 to go before the end of the first quarter. Nick and Aston, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. And, of course, it's brought to you by Beals Insurance in conjunction tonight with the NFHS and the NHIAA. All right, Harris Lopez ready to go. He's got another back with him, Steve, in the backfield. That's Brian Mwangi. We've seen him in the past. He has not touched the football tonight. And they'll fake to him here on 1st and 10. Lopez will keep it. And he's got some room on the outside. He's very close to a first down after crossing midfield. It's down at the Tomahawk 46-yard line. Needed to get to the 45, so second down and 1 on the way after a gain of 9.
Yeah, watch Lopez when he Harris Lopez when he just lulls the defender. They had him behind the line by about 4 yards, Nick. He lulls you in and then he accelerates on the outside. And once he breaks, he stiff arms. Watch him stiff arm the defenders.
Good effort on defense as well by Petz. Came in pursuit and ended up making the tackle. Meanwhile, a muffed handoff. The fumble is going to roll to the near side, and Merrimack is going to pounce on it.
That's what they needed.
The great equalizer, the turnover.
Yep.
Johnny on the spot. Justin Fournier comes up with the football in North territory at the Titan 48. So that's the break Merrimack needed. The defense gets the turnover. And that brings the Merrimack offense back on the field with a minute 37 remaining in this first quarter.
And Coach Jackson, Nick, doesn't have to worry about being deep in his zone, so he can open up the playbook just a little bit. And let's see what they can do. I mean, if 21-7, if they can get there going into the second quarter, is in the right direction.
First and 10, Crampton going to go deep. Jump ball near sideline, overthrown, incomplete. Trying to find Morse. The undersized target giving up a height advantage there to the defender.
Yeah, I wouldn't
6'4", Zach Cunningham, second and 10.
I mean, just this huge height disadvantage right there, a speed disadvantage. I wouldn't be looking to throw it where Cunningham is, Nick. Not many good things can happen there. I'd be looking to check off of him, send him deep, get him out of the play, and find somebody underneath.
Second down and 10, trailing 21-0. Merrimack trying to get something going here on offense. Drive number 5 here this first quarter. Crampton looked like he changed the play. Stays in the 4-receiver set. Bunis is the back. Going to throw into the far side flat, and it's incomplete. Trying to find Trahan, but threw it near the receivers.
Well, he's got Jack
ankles there. That one way too low, incomplete, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, he's got Jack Peters, Max Ackerman, and Toby Brown Jr. all coming at the same time, Nick. Crampton doesn't have any lane to throw. He can't set. I mean, at some point, you got to at least give this young man enough time to set his feet, to throw it. Even if it's give him 2 seconds, you got to almost take these guys off and say, hey, give me 2 seconds. Let me do what just give me that much. And
he's been under fire for most of this first quarter. 3rd and 10. They'll fake left, throw right into the flat, and that's not happening. Says Spencer Whiting. Whiting sniffed it out early. Bunis knocked out of bounds. About 3 yards in the backfield, back at the Merrimack 47-yard line. And Merrimack really no choice here but to punt as we head inside of a minute first quarter.
Yeah, that was their opportunity, Nick, there to be able to try to move the sticks, get down deep in the territory. Anything can happen. Get that goose egg off the board, and the North Titans are just too much. That Ackerman, Whiting, Brown, 57, Troy Brown Jr., 44. Jack Peters.
That's Peters, yeah.
I mean, this is just one well-conditioned, well-trained athlete after another that just seemed, when you look at the matchups, they seem to tower over the competition tonight in the Tomahawks. And that was an opportunity, though, to get that fumble, get that break. They're just too much for him at this current time. We'll see. I'd be looking at some seam passes across the middle behind the linebacker core because they're just sending the linebackers, Nick, over and over. There is space there. You got to start to pick that apart. It's a high percentage play, and especially when the linebackers are all coming. But there's not a lot of vision there, not a lot of comfort in the pocket.
Steve, an interesting timeout by Merrimack as they seemingly huddle up before they get set to what apparently will be a punt here. They may try the fake on 4th and 15. Maybe they won't.
You were the 4th down guru last week.
Well, Petz will get this off. It is very high, and it sails out of bounds along the near sideline, somewhere around the 35-yard line, 36, they say.
Yeah, he had to rush that kick.
So, no return. North ready to go. Trying to put that lost fumble in the rearview mirror with 46 seconds to go before the first quarter break. 21-0 is the Titan lead. 2 touchdowns already for the senior quarterback, Curtis Harris-Lopez. From their own 36-yard line, Merrimack with a 4-man front. Snap taken by Harris-Lopez. He rolls to the right. He'll throw. He's got a man. It's Smith up the 45-yard line. Met there and knocked out of bounds by the defender. Pretty good coverage by
Shea Goodwin.
Was it Goodwin?
Yep. Nice job there. Good team tackling, too, Nick.
Brett Michaelwitz as well was over there,
yes.
Steve.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good team tackling, excellent read, and squared, kept the hip square, but very difficult to keep your hip square because these guys have so much speed. You have to honor it. But they get you. As soon as you turn those hips sideways, they're going to beat you.
First catch for Smith. It's a gain of 6. This likely is the final play of the first quarter. It's up the middle. Brissetti got a big hold, breaks a tackle, picks up a first down, and is tackled inside the Merrimack 45-yard line at about the 43. Wrestled down by Dudash and Fournier. Another big run there by Nashua North, and that is how they will end this first quarter. A big one for the home team. Nashua North with a 21-0 lead on the board. They scored touchdowns on their first 3 drives and are looking for more. The team's about to switch the field. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Quarterfinal action tonight. A reminder, we're in action tomorrow, 1 o'clock in Goffstown to see the Bedford Bulldogs take on the Goffstown Grizzlies. That's a highly anticipated rematch of a Week 1 regular season win by the Grizzlies. Bedford looked good last week. We saw them in Manchester. They knocked off Memorial 31-8. Goffstown had no problem with Concord. That's right. And, well, we know those two programs, also rivals, neighboring towns, very familiar with one another. They're going to leave it all out on the field tomorrow afternoon. We'll have the live coverage beginning at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's always good to go over there, Nick. That's just a great place to especially when the fans are there. They'll be just obviously.
Steve, I've got a gift for you.
Uh-oh.
A Max Ackerman T-shirt.
Who got that for me?
I knew that was your favorite.
Well, yeah, I'll wear that with pride.
It's
if my sons don't steal it from me.
Well, we joked on the air a couple weeks ago. We were here, and I think I said, "Well,
hey, get a picture of that in between plays here." How about this?
Steve wanted the jersey, and 2 weeks later, we make it happen here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire.
I'm proud of that.
It's even your size, Steve.
Max, if you watch this game, I think you're one of the best players in the state. I love you, brother. I'm proud to wear it.
Yep, we'll see if we can get him to sign it.
Yeah,
after the game.
I'll take the signature too.
All right,
you guys are unreal.
Quarter action. Nashua North threatening to really blow this one open. They are approaching the red zone at the Merrimack 42-yard line. It's a first down and 10 as Nashua North now will move it left to right from our vantage point. Mwangi is the back. Snap taken. Handoff to Mwangi. He's crushed up the middle.
Nice job by, looks like 68 or 58. I can't tell. I'll tell you that, 60.
That's number 60, the junior.
60.
Camden Wheeler.
Nice job, Camden.
Who shed the block and then got a gift right there for the tackle.
You start naming off some of these juniors on the Tomahawks that are going to be coming back in their senior year.
Right.
This is no team. I mean, I'm not counting them out tonight by any means. I'm just saying that you look at them, like we're calling so many juniors that are talented players on this Merrimack team.
Yep, including Wheeler there. And, of course, their quarterback, Kyle Crampton, is also a junior. On the rollout, off the back foot, Espanol is open, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. There is a flag, however, back at the line of scrimmage. So this one may not stand.
He just waved it back. I think it's coming back.
I think
they're going to conference.
Most likely going to be a hold against the Titans. Just one penalty each way in that first quarter. But this one is going to hurt Nashua North. It's a false start. So the touchdown taken off the board. It would have been a 42-yard hookup between Harris Lopez and Espinal, but
I mean, to throw a ball with that kind of precision on your backside and turning his shoulders on the weak, on his weak side, that's just athleticism. And no wonder this guy's got multiple Division I offers. Wow,
you can't teach that.
You can't teach that. That's just there, but you can admire it.
Second down and about 18 for the Titans.
So, second and 18. Now on the way. Nearly a minute gone by, second quarter. North working on a 21-0 lead. Four-man rush from Merrimack. Harris Lopez gets rid of it quickly, and it sails incomplete.
Yeah.
Out of bounds near side over the head of the intended target, Cunningham.
Little mixed up of communication. I think he wanted Cunningham. I think Curtis wanted the Cunningham to back up and grab have a toe toucher on the corner, but instead Cunningham came back, and I think there was a little miscommunication. So somebody's wrong, somebody's right.
Third down and 18. The longest down and distance North has faced in this first half. Merrimack, good spot maybe to get the defense off the field. High snap, play fake, screen pass, blown up. Well read is right, Steve. The linebacker, number 40, that's Romello Hyde. He's a sophomore, and he showed some good defensive instincts there. It's no gain. 4th down now and 18 as the Titans will punt.
Yeah, if you're a Merrimack Tomahawk fan, look at those plays. These are all happened by underclassmen or young juniors, and they got some ball players there.
And now back-to-back stops by the Tomahawks as well. They came up with a fumble recovery, and now they force what looks like a North punt here on 4th and 20 officially.
So nice defense there, and that's that attitude, that not give up attitude.
Cunningham from his own 35. This one's sky high, up into the night sky. Comes down like a bomb at the 30, picked up at the 20, and running out of bounds, I believe that's Fournier.
It is.
Yep. Fournier is ruled out at about the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up.
Well, you like to see that defense, Nick, come out for the Tomahawks. You know what's going on is they're starting to take risk right now. They're starting to stunt. They're starting to blitz just a little bit, but more stunts than blitzes, and it is confusing the offensive line a little bit, and they're getting, taking on some very, very, I think it's one of the best offensive lines, if not the best offensive line in the state. And they're getting through the holes, and they cause a little mix-up. So good for the Tomahawks there. Let's see what Kyle Crampton can do with his squad now. 6th
possession of this first half for Merrimack. 1st and 10. Outside low, but caught by Petts, and they paid the price. Get hit by Espinal at about the 32-yard line. It is a short, about 4, maybe 5 in the end. 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
There's a lot of horsepower in a small engine in number 7, Espinal. That kid delivered a hit right there and sent him back about 4 yards.
Yeah, got Petts right up underneath like the rib area, underneath the arm.
Yeah,
that could be a bruise in the morning.
Yep.
All right, Crampton to the near side on 2nd down, in trouble, and down he goes. That's Ackerman, sack number 2 for the senior.
I got my shirt up.
It's come back, or it's back at the Merrimack 25-yard line, and now a 3rd and long on the way. Well, Ackerman, we've known about him, Steve, not just this year. Last year really made
I saw him in
a lot of headlines as a junior as well. Yeah,
our first game last year, Winnicott, you could just see this guy was special. Remember?
Yeah. Yep. He's made plays ever since, including one right there, 3rd and 12. Crampton seeing a blitz, throws off a pretty good spiral, but it's intercepted by Espinal at the Titan 40-yard line, and he's dragged down by the intended target, Shea Goodwin. 2nd turnover forced by this Titan defense. The blitz again, Steve, made it happen as it looked like he got it off just in time. The linebacker, Peters, the sophomore, breathing down his neck. Crampton had to get rid of it.
Yeah, it's just that the Cramps get no time to throw the ball, no opportunity to get comfortable in the pocket. Even short underneath passes, it's just happening. He's being forced.
And Peters in particular shot the gap very well. He's timed the blitz well.
He did, yeah.
And the sophomore has been effective, forcing the early throw perhaps there. So the interception gives North the ball back. They're up 21-0, 3 minutes into this second quarter. Their previous 2 drives, though, have stalled. They're going to run it left side, and good tackle. That's Goodwin. Got the quarterback around the ankles there as Harris Lopez taken down for no gain.
Defense doing a good job. That's about, 7 good defensive plays
in a row,
that they've done. And the whole starting cast of Nashua's on the field. It isn't like anybody's being replaced or anything. Give the Merrimack defensive coordinator a lot of credit for making these adjustments because they're working. So, but at some point, they got to fix the offensive line scheme and got to be able to give Kyle Crampton an opportunity to throw the ball and get it back to him.
All right, they're going to keep the wing back near the line of scrimmage here on the left side and hand up the middle. Another carry for the sophomore, Finley. He found a little bit of room left side up to about the 44-yard line. Still, though, a 3rd and 5 facing the Titans.
Defensive line doing a little better job getting separation from those offensive linemen who are so well trained to get in tight and control the torso of the defensive line. Now the defensive line's coming up. They're getting a little bit of separation, and they're able to control the gaps a little better than they were before. And it's a big play here, Nick.
Cody Keefe on the tackle, the middle linebacker.
Big 3rd down.
3rd down and 5. Man in motion near side. That's Finley. They'll keep it with Harris Lopez on a stretch run, looking for the marker. He's got it and then some to the second level. Foot race at the 25. Going to cut it back to the middle. Now going to stretch it all the way to the far side of the field. Looking for the 10-yard line now. One man to beat at the 5, and he lost the ball out of bounds on his way to the turf at about the 6-yard line.
Oh, was it the 6? I thought it was the 1. Okay.
So that, Steve, is about a 51-yard run, as Harris Lopez, who has already scored twice, looking electric on that big gainer.
Some runners, he has great breakout speed. He has great God-given talent, and then he puts the work in to utilize it. But
hang on, this is coming back, Steve. There's a flag down at about the 14-yard line.
That is huge.
This may be a hold towards the end of that run where he changed direction.
Well,
because, again, the flag is down at the 14. The line of scrimmage, of course, was way back at the north 44-yard line.
Yeah. I was saying Harris Lopez is just, he's got all the gifts, but he has I called it, what I used to coach, called it geometrics. His awareness of the rectangle, his awareness of the hash marks, where he is on the field. And what he does, he knew he needed to cut inside. He didn't have it beat. He's got a great sense of the defensive vectors that are being shot against him, and he knows how to break the pass, slow down, speed up, cut, stop. He can stop on a dime and cut and accelerate with such speeds. He knows he can beat the defender if he can just get him to slow down. So he lulls you to slow down, and then he beats you.
The hold took place at the 12-yard line. The 10-yard penalty will back North up to the 22 of Merrimack. 1st down and 10. Nearly 5 minutes in 3rd quarter. Harris Lopez looking over his right shoulder at the coaching staff, and now it looked like he changes the play. Smith with him. They'll give to Smith up the middle, big hole, and he'll hit it hard. Goes inside the 20, down to about the 15-yard line. Another stop there by Merrimack's Hyde.
So many weapons. Great job by Smith with 2 hands on the ball. No more turnovers is the commitment on the side, came in from the sidelines. I have no doubt. So don't let that happen again for the last fumble. And Smith certainly following direction there and did a good job.
From the 15, 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard run by the sophomore. This is Espinal. He'll go inside as well over right guard. And he's down inside the 10 after picking up another Nashua North 1st down.
Yeah, got all the grace and agility of a Gale Sayers, but he thinks he's Larry Zonker in between the hash marks. This guy, he is not afraid to deliver the hit. I don't know what his weight is, but he can't be more than 150, 160, Nick, maybe 170. I don't know. But, boy, he runs like he's 215.
Yeah, very strong lower.
He sure is.
Lower leverage for sure. North threatening to blow this open. 2nd down and goal from the 8. Man in motion. They fake to him. They keep it with the quarterback. His run right side is going to result in him ending up a little short, it looks like, down at the 1-yard line. Good cut by Harris Lopez, but was stopped short of the goal line. Michaelitz and Brandon Lee, one of the junior defensive players from Merrimack, combining there for the tackle. 2nd and goal from the 2. North going to keep this one in overdrive. Yeah, they get right up. They take a high snap. They fake to Green. They keep it with Harris Lopez, and he's in the end zone from 2 yards out. His 3rd touchdown of this first half. His team has now scored 4 TDs. It's now a 27-0 lead as we just move inside the midway point here, 2nd quarter.
Yes, and Rocco Carty, I did see that last 2 plays. Absolutely phenomenal job, Rocco, as far as the blocks are concerned. They've just got an offensive line, Nick, that's unbelievable. So many players contributing. He just hit 2 blocks in a row. He deserves a lot of credit for that touchdown and those last 2 plays. Terrific job.
So the 2-yard touchdown run sets up the extra point by Cunningham, which is up and good. It sneaks inside the right upright to make it now 28-0 North. Well, Nashua North, 3-0 regular season, a blowout win last week in the first round against BG. They scored 3 touchdowns on their first 3 possessions tonight, and they get one here in the 2nd quarter as well, just inside the 6-minute mark, a 2-yard touchdown run by Curtis Harris Lopez. So 28-0 is now the Nashua North lead here over Merrimack.
Such a very balanced and sound culture here on the Titans. I just saw Espinal go over and high-five the three linemen on the right-hand side there. You start seeing that stuff goes on. This is a team with a common mission and recognizes 11 players in the field that all have an area of responsibility, and the guy with the ball cares and appreciates the offensive lineman, and that just builds great culture on a team, Nick.
It's been a team effort. Coach Dante Lorende will tell you that. It's really a culture that has grown over the years. Coach Lorende, of course, started with Merrimack before coming aboard here with Nashua North. Also taking some of the athletic director responsibilities, working with Lisa Gingras. And
Lisa is everywhere. Mm-hmm. My gosh.
Yep. One of the best.
I see her down here, and then 5 minutes later, she's down here. It's almost like, where's Waldo? Where's Lisa? She's everywhere.
High
kick.
Work. This one is fielded inside the 10-yard line.
Ooh.
And a big hit. Dudash, the return man, got slammed at about the 21-yard line. Well, that's got the North crowd fired up.
I hope our crowd, Mike, and they could get a good hear of that one, Nick. But
that's Raisin Andino, Steve, credited with the tackle. Another one of these Nashua North sophomores.
Yeah, that was a bear tackle right there. We were talking about the ADs, with the pandemic and COVID-19, their workload to produce these games is extremely high.
Right.
The supportive staff around them here at Stella, I was watching them 2 hours before the game, getting everything done. They put in a lot of work, and we certainly appreciate them at FNL&H for all the work that they do throughout the NHIAA area as far as Southern New Hampshire Division I. They've been incredible to watch, Nick. And terrific to work with.
You're right. Trahan there on the stretch carry, stopped by Brown Jr., gave him a pretty good bear hug there.
Yeah, Brown Jr. has been in the game today.
57 in blue.
Wow.
2nd and 9 for Merrimack from their own 22. Crampton going to step up, going to pump fake, going to run to the near sideline across the 25, close to the first down marker.
That's what Kyle's got to do. If it's not there, see the hole, he ran it. He's got to keep doing that, Nick, in order to be able to give his team the best opportunity to get on the board here. Merrimack's got to forget the score of the game. They got to focus on an offensive drive that gets some points, Nick, and then go from there. It's a lamp under your feet rather than a searchlight in the distance. That's too far away. Just, methodically do your best to move it down the field.
I like that saying. 3rd and 4. Quick throw to the slot, complete. Close to the first down marker. We'll see where they spot it. Brissetti in there on the tackle. Catch made by Morse. And they do have enough. First down, Merrimack.
I borrowed that from Pastor Thomas Newman, an old pastor that was friendly with.
Give it to me again.
Live your life like a lamp under your feet rather than a searchlight in the distance. And
I like that.
All good blessings will come upon you, he used to say. He was quite a man. He's long gone now, but
they throw a screen pass. Trahan. Need to get him the ball more, Steve. He had 3 touchdowns last week against South.
Agreed. Yeah.
He's tackled from behind at his own 40. Again, a good closeout.
Nice
job. This kid's having a good game. Jack Peters, the sophomore, 44 there for the home team. Another tackle and a good pursuit tackle as well after a 7-yard gain by Morse. 2nd down and 3. Merrimack trying to keep it up tempo. They go back to the ground. It's Bunis. Breaks a tackle at the line of scrimmage and has a first down. Fights his way up to the 43-yard line. Knocked down again by Brissetti, who's starting to pile up some tackles.
Exactly.
North.
Well, but Merrimack is step by step, kind of like methodically moving around, but they're executing their plays better. And I think they recognize that they've got to do something to slow this defensive line down, hit the line quick in short passes.
Coming up on 4 minutes, second quarter. Merrimack looking for their first points of the night. Another short pass, another short completion, this time in North territory at the 47-yard line. It's Goodwin on the grab. He's been targeted a lot in this first half. Tackled by the sophomore defensive back, Finley. And now Merrimack going to hurry up on 2nd down and 2. Put Morse in motion. They run a counter near side, and Cunningham is right there. Not happening.
You don't want to run a counter, Nick, when you can't even get 2 seconds on the offensive line. Running a counter is just going to be completely, as I say, counterproductive. You run a counter when all of a sudden they start overflowing to one side after 4 or 5 plays of success. The counter has no business of being called until you can establish that first.
Romello Hyde, the sophomore,
didn't fool anybody, and it won't.
On his first carry, Didn't get anything there. In fact, it was a loss of 5. Yep. 3rd down and 7, coming up with 3 minutes to go in this first half. Crampton needs to move the sticks. Again under pressure. This one tipped it incomplete.
Should be a flag there. He grabbed 23, Derek Finley. Grabbed him. He could have got to that ball, but the ref did not see it.
It was tipped, though.
Oh, I apologize.
Yeah,
it was tipped. Okay, then all bets are off then. Yep. I didn't know it was tipped.
Yeah, Titans who have done a nice job tonight, Steve, particularly on 3rd down. With
arms in the air.
The extra rusher.
Yep.
And forcing another incompletion there. 4th down and 7. But you're right, there was a grab, but
all bets are off if there's a tip.
Yep. Flag out. Somebody jumped, I think, for Merrimack. We'll see.
Yeah, they're pointing.
I spoke too soon. Maybe it was Cunningham, who, just admitted guilt there by tapping himself on the left shoulder. Merrimack's going to get 5 yards, and this changes things. Now 4th and 7 becomes 4th and 2. And yes, sir, why not? Kip Jackson down 28-0, going to keep the offense right around midfield on the field to try and convert this 4th down and 2.
They needed that. That got them back the loss they had, Nick, and 4th and 2 is different. I'm really surprised that they haven't called a couple of other different. Well, they must know what they want to do.
4th and 2. They're ready to go. Morris is in motion. They fake to him. Titans threatening a blitz.
Call a timeout. This is important. Nope.
Well, Peters and Cunningham both at the line of scrimmage now.
You're going to get delay a game if you keep doing this.
Crampton going to have to get a snap here quickly.
Wow, they're giving him a lot of time, Nick.
Finally does on 4th and 2. They throw. It's broken up by Brown Jr. He's going to take it off the carpet and then head down the far sideline before he's tackled at the 10-yard line. The backward pass means a live ball, and Brown, who knocked it down, picks it up off the bounce and goes.
Somebody's hurt down there.
Inside the 10-yard line down to the 9. The man still down is the man who made the tackle for Merrimack, who is still shaken up and in some pain. So a big 4th down play for his Trahan.
That's Trahan. That's not good.
Good hustle by Trahan to prevent the touchdown. Got to Brown from behind, but came down apparently a little awkwardly and is in some obvious pain now. Down around the 9-yard line on that far sideline.
He was in a full dive making that tackle, airborne from behind. And looks like he came down hard on something. Could be a shoulder. Don't know what it is. But he was writhing in pain there the first few seconds. It looks like he's sitting up right now. So that's good sign. Is it 4 or is it 14?
I think it's Bunis, 14.
Bunis, okay, yeah. I saw the 4, and now I'm looking like the 4 is to the right. Yeah, it's Bunis. So, boy, he plays hard. He gives everything he has all the time. 100%.
Well, you're down 28-0.
You got to do it.
And you chase down the guy from behind. That shows an excellent effort.
So hard to see from this reference point. I thought that was a forward pass, but apparently it wasn't. The refs were right there.
Yep.
So it looks to me like it must have been either lateral or backwards. Slightly backward. I really would have called a timeout there, Nick. You're in a 4th down situation. You want to make sure this drive counts. You got 2:59 left in the half, and you really want to make sure you don't want to give it back to him. I would have called a timeout. That's why I was saying it at that point, because there was confusion on the play, and I just what are you going to do with it? You got 2 timeouts left, Nick. You got 1 left. It's not like she called your last one, so you can stop the clock. In that case, I would have called it. Get the team set. The referees were very generous on time there.
Instead, it's 1st down and goal from the 10-yard line. Titans trying to make this a 5-touchdown difference, and they spring the running back to the left side. That's Isaac Smith, the junior, untouched around the corner. Is there a flag? Yes, there is, Steve, around the goal line.
Yep.
Titans have seen the penalties start to hurt them a little bit in the second quarter. They had a touchdown of 52 yards wiped off the board, and now they'll have this one from 10 yards out erased as well.
Well, it's a hold on every play. So it should matter not what you're going to call it, right? So,
well, the officials felt like that one a little too egregious.
Yep.
And it took place, I guess, at the end of the run, Steve. The flag landed at the goal line, and they're going to put it back to the 11. So they say the hold took place at the 1-yard line. We're inside of 3 minutes here, second quarter. North threatening to make this 35-0, Steve, which would mean a running clock right in the second half.
The second half, yep.
The 35-point margin is is noteworthy.
I don't know about the playoffs, but I know in the regular season that clock does not go back. Even if they break inside of 35, it goes. So I don't know about playoffs.
We'll see if they can score here first. They'll fake. They'll keep it with Curtis Harris, and yes, sir, he's in the end zone.
Yeah,
His
nice.
4th touchdown of this first half. Why not?
What a terrific block by Liam Novak. Just completely manhandled the defender, and Curtis Harris had a Freightliner lane to drive through.
Harris Lopez has scored tonight from 33, 18, 11, and 2 yards out. Now the extra point try from Cunningham again could be the difference between a regular stopped clock and a running clock. So this extra point big.
I expected Nashua to be strong, but this is...
he's been 2 for 3 tonight. This one is up and good.
So
35 zip.
I don't know about you, Nick, but I knew Nashua was strong, and they were clearly favored in this game. But I was expecting more of this maybe in the middle of the third quarter, not right from the gate.
Well, from the gate, we saw Nashua North force a turnover, capitalize from 25 yards out on 4 plays to make it 7-0. They then forced 2 Merrimack punts and scored 2 more touchdowns, 3 total on their first 3 offensive possessions tonight. Touchdowns from Jaden Espinol, Curtis Harris Lopez, and then Harris Lopez again in that first quarter. Second quarter, after a scoreless 6 minutes, Harris Lopez again struck from 2 yards away, and we just saw the 11-yard touchdown come a moment ago. Overall, Titans have coughed it up once on a bad handoff, fumble lost, and then Merrimack has lost a fumble as well as thrown an interception tonight. 2:48 to go before half. Now 35-0 in favor of Nashua North.
Merrimack has had some opportunities. Looks to me, but every time they move the stick, get 2 first downs, and then all of a sudden, they get either a penalty or they try to run wide on a defense that's just much faster than they are, and
kickoff
never went anywhere.
Cunningham's been busy tonight. 6th time he's kicked off the tee. Return by Dudash up to the 25. Decent return and decent starting field position for Merrimack. 2:43 now remaining in the second quarter. So let's see what happens with that clock, Steve. Is that only in the second half it'll run?
Second half, yeah.
Okay.
That should run in the second half, not now. No, it's just designed that if you come out in the third quarter and it's a 35-point spread, the attitude is at that point it's essentially logistically it's a good rule.
With halftime behind you.
Yeah. And
Crampton on 1st and 10 against a 3-man rush this time. Throws it high, incomplete, trying to find Petz on that far side. Little high. And on the coverage again, the sophomore Derek Finley, 2nd down and 10 coming.
Yeah, Bunis tried to throw a block there and put himself in front of someone. He took quite a shot there.
Good to see him out there.
Yes, it is good to see him out there. He's okay.
Shaking up moments ago. And
he's a senior.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tough kid.
Yeah, he is.
Right back in the backfield here. Standing next to Kyle Crampton, who takes a 2nd down snap. Back to throw. Under pressure. Throws down the middle, and it's Espinal again. His 2nd interception. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet near side. Inside the 25. Going to rumble down inside the 20. And flex his muscles after being tackled at the 18-yard line. 2nd turnover. 2nd interception taken away. It was Williams who tracked him down in the end, but Espinal again sets up the offense in the red zone.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who was blitzing there. I don't know if you saw who it was that blitzed, Nick, but they just hid that blitz extremely well behind the offensive line, and then he just gained steam, went right through. Crampton saw him coming and just unloads the ball. Just too much hang time and too much recovery time by these Nashua North defenders, and
excellent run after the interception as well.
Espinal is impressive.
Nearly 30 yards on the return. Pistol look on 1st and 10, and another ball carrier for the Titans. Why not? It's Ed Brissetti this time. There's 2 Brissettis. They're both seniors. And Ed has his first carry, which goes not for much, maybe a yard. 2nd down and 9. The hole closed quickly. As again, Williams and the boys ready there for Merrimack.
Temperatures dropped. The last 5 minutes dropped about 5 degrees, I think, Nick. And
I'm going to go get the code at the half, I think.
Chilly in the air. Too bad they didn't have the snack shack open. Get some carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm. Inside of 2 minutes now. Back to Brissetti, stretch run, looking to turn the corner, but not going to find much. Again, maybe a yard left side. Petz coming up from the secondary, along with Keefe on the stop.
Tomahawks, Nick, I know it's 35-0, but they're one thing I've noticed about this team is they have one speed, and that's all out all the time. If they lose because the team's better than them, it's not because they don't give everything they had, and that's going to come. I promise you, Merrimack, that's going to come back.
Fighting spirit in their loss against Salem.
We absolutely did, and then that's the kind of spirit that took them over to South last week.
Yep.
So
they didn't panic down 20-0, but down 35 zip against Nashua North, a little different. Meanwhile, I think we have a timeout.
Espinal coming off the field, looked like he's having a little conference on the play. Maybe a little communication back to Coach Lorende. Looks like he's got.
Okay, I thought they were going to call a timeout.
No, I think it's they were trying to get their coverage straightened out.
Okay.
Their defensive coverage.
3rd and 10 from the 18-yard line. Final minute, first half. Espinal in motion. They hand to him. Takes a hit at the line of scrimmage. Stays on his feet. Tries to bounce left side. And is tackled inbounds along the far sideline by Petz, who's been active for Merrimack out of the secondary. Gets to about the 16. It'll be 4th down and about 8. Clock going to keep ticking down now to 40 seconds. So 4th and 8. North. Their kicker, Cunningham, certainly has the leg, but they're going to go for it. On 4th and 8 from the 16. Approaching 20 seconds. Merrimack showing a blitz on the edge. Snap taken. Harris Lopez going to throw into the end zone. Incomplete.
That's another route mistake. Something happened there.
Yeah, it looked like Brissetti was going inside, and Lopez thought he was going outside. Morrison on the coverage. Incomplete, so a win for the Merrimack defense.
Yep.
As they don't surrender another score here, they'll take over with 16 seconds to go in this first half. 1st and 10 from their own 16.
Yeah, Merrimack's got to do everything. Well, obviously it's halftime. I mean, just kneel and go. But when you come out in the third quarter, do everything you can to get just one touchdown on the board. One good, solid drive coming down. It's just good for the moral victory.
They're going to throw here.
Yep.
Crampton, incomplete. May have been tipped. One of the defensive linemen, that's Whiting, dropping back in coverage. It looked like may have gotten his right fingertips on the football.
Yeah,
Either way, incomplete.
Whiting's a linebacker.
Trahan.
Yeah, Whiting's a linebacker on D.
Yeah, he's right in the middle. Excuse me.
Yeah, Mike linebacker does a heck of a job.
I was thinking of 52, Liam Novak, the DN.
There you go. Yep.
Similar size and stature.
Mm-hmm.
12 seconds. 2nd down and 10 from their own 16. Crampton under pressure from Brown, airs it out and throws it out of bounds, incomplete.
Kyle's just getting forced backwards every time he throws. He's throwing, retreating from the ball, retreating from the attack, the attacking defender coming
Starting to
in.
hear the footsteps.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, I just think that he's just trying to get rid of the ball before he gets mugged. I mean, he's been on the mat 20 times already tonight.
Tough kid.
He's a tough kid.
A few blows tonight for sure. 8 seconds, 3rd and 10. Back to throw. This time Merrimack picks up the blitz well. He rolls out and finds Trahan on a diving grab.
No good.
No. Oh, I thought he had that for sure.
Well, he bobbled it, and I think when he went down, it bounced back up, and he got possession, I think, and ref was right on it.
So incomplete, 4th and 10. Still 1 second remaining in this first half. And Merrimack says, why not? They're going to go for it.
I got to check the weather here. This is
getting a little chilly here.
55. They had predicted 63 was the low tonight. So I don't know if
Crampton going to roll out right side. Final play of the first half. Deep down the far side. Trahan can't get there.
Hit Curtis Harris
Lopez. Helmet. Yep. Closed in and breaks up the pass with his helmet. That'll do it for the first half. A beautiful display of football from Nashua North. 35-0 is the halftime lead for the home team. Titans scored 3 touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. Their quarterback, Curtis Harris Lopez, has 4 rushing touchdowns tonight. And Nashua North is going to enjoy a running clock to begin the third quarter. Again, ahead here at the break, 35-0.
Remember, last week, This team came back from 20-0 and beat Nashua North. So this is showing you how. Nashua South. This is showing you tonight how good Nashua North is, because Merrimack beat South last week. So this Merrimack Tomahawk team's not a weak team, Nick. They're a very solid program. They're young, but they're very solid. And Nashua North is showing why they're rated number one week after week after week. And I'll tell you, I don't care what team's going to be facing them next week. It looks like it's going to be either Londonderry or Salem, would be my guess. That's a big game tomorrow. But you better bring your A game against this team, because they're going to be playing here in home cooking area here with Instello, and it's just, this team is so deep. Even when he puts his backups in, these guys are well conditioned and they're all well trained. So all guns are slinging here on this team. Well, with firepower.
We want to remind folks tonight, broadcasting in conjunction with the NFHS and the NHIAA. And they remind you that sportsmanship is important. Ethics, integrity, work ethic, and respect are important values on the playing field. All these values are translated into one word: sportsmanship. The NHIAA believes sportsmanship is one of the strongest educational lessons in lifetime values taught by interscholastic sports. Winning is for a day. Sportsmanship is for a lifetime. All right.
I like them both. I like sportsmanship and winning, Nick, for life. I think it's
no reason you can't have
nothing.
Both.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. All right. We'll recap the first half, get you set for the third quarter coming back in just a moment. We'll also preview tomorrow's broadcast between Bedford and Goffstown. We'll be in G-Town.
What a game
for a 1 o'clock kickoff. So 35-0 here in Nashua. North leading Merrimack at the half. Back in a few minutes. You're watching quarterfinal coverage of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Halftime here in Nashua, 35-0 is the Nashua North lead over Merrimack in this quarterfinal matchup. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, broadcasting tonight in conjunction with the NFHS and the NHIAA. It's all brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Call Steve at 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com. North wasted little time. They forced a fumble, and they capitalized on a 4-play, 25-yard drive to take a 7-0 lead. Jaden Espinal, the senior, scored from 4 yards out. Extra point made it 7-0. That was 3 minutes into the game. Then about the midway point, first quarter, after forcing a Merrimack punt, Curtis Harris Lopez capped off a 75-yard drive from 18 yards out. 13-0 after the extra point try failed. And then 4 minutes left. Nashua North's next drive, again, a long Curtis Harris Lopez touchdown run, ended a short drive, 33 yards. Smith able to find the end zone from 2 yards out on the 2-point try, 21-0 after one. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns for Nashua North in that first quarter. Then second quarter, had a scoreless first 6 minutes before Harris Lopez again finds pay dirt. This one from 2 yards out. Extra point try was good. 28-0 with inside of 6 minutes to go until halftime. And then Merrimack committing 2 turnovers in that second quarter, both interceptions from quarterback Kyle Crampton. That set up Curtis Harris's 4th touchdown with inside of 3 minutes to go, an 11-yard score, 35-0. The halftime lead, the senior quarterback Curtis Harris Lopez, 10 carries, 145 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Well, Nick, the thing is they have so many weapons. It just, it isn't just Curtis Harris. It's Espinal. Their offensive line unit, which is just so dominating. Of
course, the defense tonight.
And the defense tonight. I mean, it's just what this is an individual. You got 11 players that are matching up against another 11 players. And Nashua North is winning 95% of those individual matchups, and they're executing well, and they're just overpowering Merrimack. But I want to say the attitude of Merrimack being down 21, 28, 35, nothing. The attitude says a lot about this team because, as I said before, they have one speed, and that's all out. They give you everything they have, and that's all that Coach Jackson can ask for.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of younger players on this team, and they just can't match up in the trenches in any way, shape, or form. They're not providing Crampton any time. You can pay a quarterback, an NFL quarterback, 10 years, $500 million. But if you can't give him time to throw and time to execute his plays, and he's on the mat all the time. I mean, it's just the way it is tonight, and just a different level of play, of play.
The Titan defense has been obviously very formidable. They've got a shutout going, but the blitz packages that we've seen on third down have been well executed, well timed. Jack Peters, specifically the sophomore linebacker, has found himself in the backfield and in the face of Kyle Crampton, forcing some early throws that ultimately led to 2 interceptions.
Yeah, well, the other thing is, Nick, is every single one of their offensive linemen is being forced. You got 4 pass rushers on the line for Nashua North, and you got 5 on the line of the offense of Merrimack. Well, they're giving they're forcing double teams. They're making their running back have to block. And so you've got at least 2 double teams and then 2 singles, 1-on-1. Well, what are you going to do if you coach Lorende? There's nobody left. You're just going to send somebody because they're going to go right after Crampton.
Right.
And that's can you blame Coach Lorende for the defensive coordinator for doing that? I'd be doing it every single time. They're doing it 3 out of 5, and that's just Crampton's got no opportunity to put together his game plan and execute it.
35-0 at halftime means we should be seeing a running clock. Short pooch kick by Petz, handled by Finley, who returns it across the 40, up to about the 43. Nashua North will snap the football momentarily, and that clock will begin to run. Again, the quarterfinal matchup between these two teams. The winner will face Londonderry and Salem. The winner of Londonderry and Salem, Lancers and Blue Devils, get together tomorrow. We'll be in Goffstown tomorrow. 1 o'clock start between the Bulldogs and the Grizzlies. It's always a classic whenever those two teams get together. New quarterback to start the second half, and they call his number. He's going to come near side and nearly pick up a first down. That's Derek Finley. He's done some things tonight with the football, Steve. He's made some plays defensively out of the secondary as well. And right now it looks like he's been given keys to the Cadillac with Curtis Harris Lopez apparently done for the night with this big Nashua Titan lead on the board.
Yeah, I'd as soon as I could get Ackerman and Whiting off the field as well, Nick, and maybe even Espinol, just because injury. You don't want an injury to happen. And,
Espinal is not out there either.
No.
Snap taken by Finley. They go to Green. This is Anthony Green, the senior, and he makes a pretty good cut there. Drags a defender with him down inside the 45 to the 41-yard line. That's Fournier credited with the stop. But again, not before another Titan first down, just over a minute gone by, third quarter.
It's just a good opportunity, Nick, to get some other offensive linemen. And, you never know when a guy's going to go down. So you kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You protect those starting players, and you give your backup guy, in case of an injury later, some varsity playoff time.
I can't imagine Whiting or Ackerman playing much longer.
No.
Maybe after this drive, they may call it a night. Mwangi, stretch run right side, good stiff arm, breaks the tackle, turns upfield, and is chopped down inside the 30, again close to a first down.
Well, if this is any indication of what the future of Nashua North is going to be.
Good tackle by Michaelwitz. Yeah, it's a program, Steve. We've always said that. We've known that.
Well, he's a senior. Yeah, Mwangi's a senior.
Mwangi is, yes, but you've mentioned several underclassmen.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Tonight have contributed, and that's really been the case since Coach Lorende has been here.
Yep.
Trying to build that program into a culture. Of course, the Nashua youth programs, good feeder programs for both North and South. Big part of that as well. Finley fakes the handoff, runs left side, and takes a bump. Knocked down at about the 30. That's Morse who came in there,
Nice
lowered
job.
the shoulder defensively for Merrimack. No gain on the carry, nearly 3 minutes in third quarter. Second down and 10 on the way for the Titans. They'll call it second and 12 after a 2-yard loss. They spot him at the 30.
Yeah, they've still got the whole starting squad, the offensive line in there right now. You got Riccardi, you got Whiting, Ackerman.
Yeah, that's the starting unit.
Yeah, 50.
We know about that center as well, Zach Mazik.
Mazik, yep. Played a good game last week.
Mwangi gets a good lead block from Green and is down inside the 25-yard line. That'll set up a third down and 6.
Who did I miss there? 52. Liam Novak.
Yeah, we know about Novak, and of course Rocco Ciardi as well,
Ooh.
logging some snaps at right tackle.
He's been good
He's
tonight.
a big boy as well. Yep.
Sure is.
Third and 7, Steve, from the 25. There'll be 2 backs in the backfield here with Finley. It's Mwangi and Green. Green in the pistol as the tailback. Snap taken. They'll roll out Finley to the right. He's got some speed, trying to show it to the edge. Cuts upfield inside the 20
think
and
he's got
rolls
it.
down near the first down marker. At about the
He's close. I think he's got it.
16-yard line?
Yeah, he's got it.
First down, Nashua, North. Already this drive chewing up over 4 minutes as North looks to extend the 35-0 lead.
I suppose Coach Lorendi will be getting in his car early tomorrow morning if they obviously follow through tonight and victorious. Heading down to Salem, I would imagine. Watching a little football there tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to scout the opponent. Again, Londonderry and Salem. That's a rematch as well. Blue Devils
Be a good game.
fell to the Lancers back in week 2. Roll out, throw, catch made along the sideline. Good shake and bake move. Going to free up the receiver inside the 10. That's the first grab for Amari Almonte. Now this sophomore, Steve, this special class of 2023, looking pretty good tonight.
Well, they're already well coached. That's the thing. There's a system here where, Kip's got the same thing. He's a little younger right now, but building up that program as well. And, when you can see your backup players come in and, execute with the same kind of, knowing what their responsibilities are, that means that everybody's being coached.
Green trying to sidestep to the left. Lowers the shoulder inside the 5 and is taken down at about the 2-yard line.
Haven't really seen Green that much in the first half. He's obviously running the ball more now. It's most really Harris and Espanyol.
Yeah, Green saw a lot of action last year as a junior. He did not touch the football in the first half. He's looking for a touchdown here, though, but he's not going to get it. Denied in the hole by Brady Sullivan. Nope. Not Sullivan. It's Dylan Sadowski. That's right, the senior. Made a pretty good play up front for Merrimack. Midway through this third quarter already. Fast-moving third quarter. 3rd and goal from the 3 on the way as Nashua North seeking their 6th touchdown tonight. 4 in that first half scored by Curtis Harris Lopez, whose night seems to be over. Finley going to put a man in motion. They'll hand to him. It's Almonte on a wide receiver stretch run. And just too much has to go right there on that play. Almonte taken down at the 9-yard line. Good job along the edge there by Michaelwitz with the stop. So 4th down and goal now in what appeared to be, after what appeared to be a 5-yard loss. They're going to spot this one at about the 9-yard line. A 6-yard loss there on that stretch run. Officially say the football just shy of the 8-yard line. So 4th and goal from the 8. Clock already ticking down towards the 5-minute mark here, third quarter. It's been a 7-minute drive for Nashua North. On 4th down, Mwangi gets crunched inside the 5 and short of the goal line. Took a shoulder up high.
Well, when you run up high, you're going to take it up high, Nick. And Mwangi's got to make sure he drops down just a little bit, head up, shoulders down, as they say, and
Sean Morley, by the way, Steve, on the stop.
Yeah.
That prevents North from finding the end zone again. So Merrimack
not letting
coming
back.
off after the Titans just chewed up 7 minutes. Here in the third quarter. Come away with no points, however. All right. Trying to find some room out of their own end zone on a 1st and 10 carry. They won't get much up the middle. That's Fournier on the carry, and Novak, the defensive end, was waiting for him on the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 9, coming up already on 4 minutes.
Wow.
Third quarter.
Quarter is flying.
Yep, that's what a running clock
Sure does.
will do. Crampton out of his own end zone, throws off the back foot and throws an interception. Brissetti
He's got
gets inside of Trahan, picks it off inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. It's the 3rd interception thrown tonight by Crampton and the 4th turnover by the Merrimack offense.
Yeah, I mean, Crampton's got no opportunity. He has Titans in his face, Nick. Every single play, they're running him back. He's running around trying to get open, and just desperation pass after desperation pass. This has been going on pretty much midway through the first quarter.
Credit
and hasn't stopped.
Credit Brissetti as well.
Oh, yeah.
Getting the superior position there, the inside position to make that interception, and sure-handed.
Yep.
On his way to the ground as well. So right back in the red zone. Titans, who just chewed up 7 minutes off this third quarter clock, going to get it again here with a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 from the Merrimack 16. The give up the middle, and not much as Merrimack able to infiltrate into the backfield. I think that was Ryan Turley, sophomore from Merrimack, on the tackle.
He had a little help from somebody. I couldn't see the number who it was, but it may have been 68.
For the Tomahawks?
Or 69, 65, something, 60-something.
65 is Reese Lopez.
Yeah, it must have been Reese Lopez.
May have been in the area. Inside of 3 minutes. 2nd down and 9. Fake handoff. Left side run for the quarterback, Finley. Spun down inside the 15. And again, Keefe. Steve, he's been playing well in the middle of that 4-3. Keefe, number 45 in white.
Yep.
Who made some plays in that loss against Salem. We saw him. His name wasn't on the roster we had that night, but you recognize 45 in white making plays. He made one there.
These guys got to get in the weight room in January, listen to their coach, follow directions, and they're going to have some players coming back, and Crampton's going to have a senior year. They do need to.
Meanwhile, this is, I think that's Smith. It is Isaac Smith. Weaves his way down the middle. Again, Keefe right there to wrap him around the waist. 4th down and 1 on the way from the 6-yard line inside of 2 minutes here in this third quarter.
Offensive line has just got to, really work hard at getting stronger and faster, and hitting that weight room early, Nick.
Mwangi up the middle, touchdown, Nashua North.
61, Max Ackerman just absolutely
paved the way.
6-yard
carry for Mwangi, the senior, is in for the touchdown. Titans extend the lead now to 41.
Where did my shirt go?
Nothing.
Oh, I guess I brought it in my car.
Minute 25, Steve's new Max Ackerman.
I don't know where that came from, but thank you.
I think it was a gift from Ackerman, the Ackerman family.
No, it wasn't. Come on.
Are
you totally serious?
That's what I was told.
Well, thank you, Ackerman. Got a good son there.
Minute 25. They will freeze the clock for the moment. Zach Cunningham is on. High kick. Good hole by Brissetti. And then Cunningham boots it through. 42 zip. Wow. Impressive tonight by the Titans. An unfinished business theme for this group, Steve. They went 9-0 in 2019 in the regular season and then lost their star quarterback, who was then a junior, Curtis Harris Lopez, to an injury. He didn't play against who? Merrimack in the quarterfinals. Tomahawks came away with an upset win. All Harris Lopez could do was watch in that one, unfortunately. So a lot of motivation for this group in the offseason. They come back with a 3-0 record after a truncated regular season here in 2020.
I think that'll be
a 35-6 victory last week over Bishop Girton in the first round, and are on their way right now to a shutout victory over Merrimack. They're up 42-0 with a minute 25 to go in this third quarter.
Well, sportsmanship is incredibly important. It has to be at the core of amateur sports. However, Nick, learning to succeed through adversity is another extremely important part. In Nashua, You know, I always remember when I think of anyone talks about the Curtis Harris injury, I always think about Tom King up in the next to us on that broadcast last year saying this is what we were afraid was going to happen. But when you stick with it, you get back in the weight room, and this is the sort of result that persistence can have.
Kick from Cunningham leads to a return over the 15 by Dudash up to about the 19-yard line. Chopped down by Almonte, who's a little gimpish after getting back to his feet.
Coach Lorente's putting in a lot of his, I call him twos. I don't mean that in any negative way. It's a good thing. That means you're next in line, and he's putting them in. And pretty much looks like the whole...
Can't have ones without twos.
No, you cannot.
And a lot of these guys, as you said,
a lot of wisdom spoken tonight, Nick, in this broadcast. You know?
You get what you pay for.
Look at that.
Little flea flicker, why not? It's Petz from Goodwin. Brissetti going to track him down in Titan territory.
Like to play.
Inside the 40-yard line. Little pitch. And then the throw downfield. Petz fools the defense. It's Merrimack's biggest gainer tonight as it goes 44 yards through the air.
Chris Azevedo he started to come up, and he's got to come up and got to cover that outside pass, and that's why those things work. And he threw a bullet down the field.
Good pass by Goodwin. Crampton going to run to the right, going to tuck and run and go across the 35 down inside the 34. Haven't seen him do that too much tonight as we hit the end of the third quarter, but a good decision there.
I thought I was in a basketball game there for a minute.
It
sounded just like a basketball horn.
It did.
Which you'll be doing?
Coming to a gymnasium near you this winter. It's FNL. Well, we don't take the winter off just because football's over. We move things inside, and we'll bring you a lot of Division I boys basketball this winter. But here tonight, we're 3 quarters through, 42-0 Nashua North. They add 7 in that third quarter to their big 35-0 halftime lead. And have looked good tonight. If you're just joining us, they scored 3 touchdowns on their opening 3 possessions. Added 2 more before halftime. Curtis Harris Lopez, the senior quarterback for the Titans, 4 touchdown runs in that first half. 145 rushing yards on 10 carries. His night is over, as he has not made an appearance since halftime. Merrimack, meanwhile, looks like their season is going to come to an end, but not before some memorable moments occurred, especially last week. They were down 20-0 against Nashua South before they came back with a dramatic come-from-behind 27-26 lead. They won 2 of their 3 regular season games as well. And perhaps most importantly, Steve, have set up what could be a pretty good senior class next year with a lot of the underclassmen tonight getting some valuable experience.
How long has Coach Jackson been with them? Is it 5?
6 years.
6 years. So, I mean, it takes 4 to really, if you've come into a program that's in really rough shape, which he did, not really bad shape. Coach Lorente started that process, and Kip, it's just
Trahan going to throw one up to begin the fourth quarter, and a well-timed jump results in a catch by Petz inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Timed that one perfectly well. Used his high frame to pull that one in a crowd. Nonetheless, pretty good coverage, but in the end, it's Petz who pulls it down from Trahan. A 40-yard hook up there. So Merrimack on this drive getting some big plays, trying to avoid the shutout. They go up the middle. It's Bunis. Lowers that right shoulder. He's hit near the goal line and stopped shy of the end zone. Pretty good effort by Bunis, but Ackerman still in the game and still in the trench there for Nashua North, made the stop.
See one of our regulars on rewind, Nick.
Bunis, after the quick snap, again trying to find a path to the end zone, and again it won't happen. Stopped shy by Travis Holbrook, 51 in blue. 3rd and goal from the 1, minute gone, fourth quarter. Merrimack trying to end the shutout. Meanwhile, the Nashua North Titan fans starting to pound on the aluminum stands here. The bleachers vibrating here at Stello Stadium. 3rd and goal from the 1. Bunis hitting the backfield and taken down. Holbrook again, the first there.
If there's one area, Nick, that definitely that Coach Kip Jackson's got to work on is the offensive line play. That's really been a serious struggle tonight. If there's one area where they've been completely overmatched, and right now they're being overmatched by the backup defensive line, that's an area of concern that they're going to have to address in the offseason. 4th and goal from the 4. Can Merrimack put points on the board? Trahan on a rollout, throws the opposite way, and it's incomplete. Just complete domination. Trying to find Keefe, but Keefe may have lost his footing there. Either way, diving effort by Keefe comes up empty, and the Titans missed opportunity. Refuse to stand down. And there's Curtis Harris-Lopez coming from the sideline, Steve, coming about 10 yards onto the field to congratulate his guys. Still very engaged in what's going on, obviously, here in the fourth quarter, despite the lopsided 42-0 lead. Certainly appears to be a very close-knit team. I don't see any one-upsmanship. I don't see any, I'm a star and you're not. None of that stuff. It seems there's never anyone isolated on the sidelines. They're all connected together, right. And yeah, absolutely. Right. Supporting one another and everyone having fun. Yep. It's been a lot of success for this group. Again, the 9-0 regular season record last year, 3-0 regular season this year, and now what looks like a 2-0 postseason. They beat BG last week on their way to beating Merrimack tonight. 3 minutes in, fourth quarter. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Find us on YouTube. Please hit the subscribe button. FNLNHmedia. No, there's no dot. FNLNH Media on YouTube. That is the channel, and of course it stands for Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. 2nd down and 8 from their own 6-yard line. Taking his time is the backup quarterback. This is the sophomore Finley. Gets cracked on a carry left side. Goodwin stepping up to make the hit. There's no lack of hitting out there still. Nope. And again, you said it, Steve, very early, that Merrimack is not going to quit. They don't care what the score is. They have one gear. They don't care how much time is left. They're not going to back down, and that's speaking volumes, I think, right now for the character of this club. Absolutely, and that all starts from the head coach. He said it even on Rewind show that we had last week, that I tell these kids, I don't care what the score is, I want performance. It's not exact words, but in so many words, he says, I want you to play up to your potential, your maximum potential, and I'll be okay. But you got to play at that potential. And I think they're doing that. They're doing their very best tonight. They're just running in against one of the best teams I've seen in New Hampshire, Nick. This is a solid championship caliber team. Of course, they're going to have to get over some very good, solid, either Londonderry, Winnacunnet, Bedford, or Goffstown, all good teams. Yep. Well, the way the bracket is set up, we'll see Londonderry and Salem battle tomorrow. The winner of that game will take on Nashua North here at Stello Stadium next weekend. And what a game that's going to be. Cunningham. You can make that decision. Deep in his own end zone. Great games. This one high and straight up in the air. It's not going to travel far. It's going to come down in a crowd, take a bounce at the 30, and then right into the arms of the awaiting Nashua North player. Well, a little frost in the piggy there, Nick. McIntyre, yeah. Little frost in the piggy. That thing had some major hang time. That was up in the stratosphere. Seen that a couple times tonight from Cunningham. He's got one of the stronger legs in the state. Midway through fourth quarter, running clock here in the second half. 42-zip is the Titan League, making a statement tonight to the rest of the D1 landscape. Of course, the other quarterfinal matchups take place tomorrow. We'll be in Goffstown for Bedford at Goffstown at 1 o'clock Eastern. You can watch that live here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Tackled from behind. This is again Trahan, who has taken over the quarterback spot for Crampton. Second drive, he's been at the... No, that is still Crampton. That's Crampton. Sorry. Okay. Yep. Yeah, he's still in. Crampton was out on that last drive. He's back in. Yep. As we hit the 6-minute mark here, fourth quarter. Merrimack still trying to get on the board. They've had good field position here in this fourth quarter. We're stopped on a goal-to-go series a moment ago. Into the flat, Bunis inside the 20. Goes airborne at about the 16. And they'll mark him there. Bunis is not afraid to lower the shoulder and go for it. He may not be the tallest drink of water, but I'll tell you, he's tough. He's tough. Devin Brissetti
given credit on the tackle. Buena's playing injured tonight as well, shaken up back in the first half. Crampton, good pocket and a good delivery there for the touchdown. It's Petts on a slant.
That's been a big part of this game, Nick. Obviously, North showing why they're a superior team. However, you give Crampton some comfort. He's going to get some scores, and you could see the time that he had to sit in that pocket, and you give this young man vision, he can get it done. So
42-6. With now 5:25 to go in regulation.
They're going to go for 2. Nice pass there.
Yeah, it was. Crampton about a 15-yard hookup to Petts. Crampton on the 2-point try. Rolling out near side. Throws into the corner looking for Trahan. It's incomplete.
Wow.
Good coverage by Almonte. Knocked it away last moment.
Yeah, that was a very well-thrown ball by Crampton, but it just shows you the recovery speed of so many of these Titan players, Nick, is just impressive. I thought he had it. I thought he had the seam sewn or threaded, but, boy, what recovery time there.
5:25, fourth quarter. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Call Steve at 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be trusting 63-degree low. I bet you it's down under 50 right now. I just can't. I'm really.
It's about 10 degrees colder than they said it was
going to be. What they predicted was going to be.
So they lied to us.
Yeah. I tend to get a little down south at times and thin my blood last winter, so.
Right. You turned soft in those
I turned soft, yeah. Yeah.
Well, stay up here for about a week in January. That'll.
Oh no, you got to have a New
smarten
England.
you right up.
Got to have a New England Thanksgiving. I mean, my gosh.
Right. Well, again, gorgeous today.
Oh,
up over the 70-degree mark, and I believe we're going to get that tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll be in Goffstown again, 1 o'clock, Bedford Goffstown, and it should be a gorgeous early November afternoon.
No global warming tonight.
Nope. Kick into the end zone, touchback. Titans will come out at their own 20. Again, 5:25 remaining, and now a 42-6 North lead on the board. They got it going tonight early. 3 touchdowns on their opening 3 drives, added 2 more in the second quarter. Curtis Harris-Lopez, the story of the first half, ran for 145 yards on 10 carries, 4 touchdowns.
If you're Londonderry or Salem and you're the winner after tomorrow, and you're coming in here, part of your game plan better be to do whatever it takes to slow Curtis Harris down before he gets started. So you're better off just throwing the monkey wrench at him early. And trying to trip him up, and so just you can't let Curtis Harris beat you. Even if you try, even if you focus on him, he still can. But you really got to slow him down the line of scrimmage the best you possibly can, if it's possible.
Stretch run on 1st and 10. Flag comes out late on a run towards that far sideline.
But as he veers around the side and off tackle, Nick, and he turns on that gear. Very, very rarely once he gets past the line of scrimmage in stride, he's always going 10, 15, 20 yards minimum, and he's so lethal. So you've almost got to you really got to spy on him and leave somebody open to go in early and behind the line of scrimmage to try to slow him down and give your defense an opportunity to catch up, because once he turns, he's as hard as anybody in the whole state of New Hampshire to bring down.
Holding here,
if you can catch him,
against the Titans. Going to back up Nashua North inside their own 15. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line. The backups are in here. New quarterback, I think that's Ryan Flynn. Takes a high snap. Hand off left side is going to go for a loss. Merrimack flooding the zone quickly.
Yep.
Number of guys in there. Connor Williams has played well tonight up front for Merrimack. Tomahawks also getting some good play from Reese Lopez.
Ball was carried by number 14, Matt
Yep.
Oliver.
And
he's been solid
the junior
tonight.
Camden Wheeler, he's been in the trench holding it down along that defensive line tonight as well.
He's done a good job. He's played some offensive line as well. tonight. But that's an area where, to me, they...
Second down and 20. The new quarterback is not Flynn. It's Reagan Brunette, the sophomore.
And looks like it'll be the battle next year.
New ball carrier is Jordan Raisinin Andino, also a sophomore. His second carry goes up the middle for no gain. 3rd and 20. Inside of now 4 minutes to go. What has been a long night, frankly, for Merrimack. But again, nothing to sneeze at for Coach Jackson's group.
Nope.
Really a
big win last week.
A lifetime memory last week in that 20-0 come from behind. Meanwhile, this one in the end zone.
I think it went out
faulty
the back.
Snap.
Oh, no, they got it.
Resulted in a Merrimack touchdown. You got to kick that out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
If you're the quarterback, Brunet. Instead, the defense is allowed to recover in the end zone for the touchdown.
It's hard for them to remember. Your reaction is to try to recover it, Nick. But when it goes back and towards like that and it's in back of you, like you just said, you kick it out of the end zone. But when you try to recover it, it's difficult going backwards like that. And
I think that's Sean Morley, the senior defensive lineman who recovered it.
Yep.
For Merrimack. So
I imagine they'll go for 2 here.
Now 42-12. Merrimack has scored 12 unanswered points in this fourth quarter.
Well, that's with the I think Coach Lorendi's done a good job taking his key players that he's got to have off the field early. There's just nothing to gain from it.
2-point try, rollout, not happening.
Nope.
Snubbed out quickly. Evan Soares, the junior, leading the charge.
I don't know why
They'll
they
also
stopped the
credit
clock.
Brady Sullivan in there as well. Well, I think again, if you're back within 35, they'll stop it.
Yeah.
Or they may stop it after the score, and then restart it after the kick coming up.
We'll
Either way,
find out.
we'll find out.
Yeah,
right?
we'll find out.
Right now, it's frozen with 3:28 to go, and now North's lead trimmed to 42-12.
Referees have done a good job tonight.
Yep.
Really been uneventful.
Yep.
When it's uneventful, you know they're doing their job.
North had a few setbacks in that second quarter.
Yep.
Where a couple of hold penalties,
couple turnovers,
wiped out a couple of touchdowns. Mm-hmm. And then, yes, the lone turnover tonight for the Titans came on a faulty handoff.
That's right, one turnover.
Right around midfield. Merrimack, meanwhile, they have forced or committed 4 turnovers, a fumble lost in the first quarter on the first series, and then since 3 interceptions thrown by Kyle Crampton, all on his own side of the field. 42-12, Titans looking good tonight, sending a message to the rest of the state.
Deep, strong and deep.
Widely considered the best team in this Division I tournament. I'm sure there's some other teams.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have an issue with that. On the return, this is Williams swimming through a sea of white across the 25. Finally buried at about the 27. Morris and company able to wrap him up. It's Ryder Morris. He's played well tonight for Merrimack. And Steve, you're right. The clock has started ticking again, making our way down to 3 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what the rule is in that, to be honest with you. I don't pay much attention.
I think you had it right the whole time. Once it's 35 in the second half, even if that team cuts that deficit back under 35, it doesn't matter. As evidenced here, the clock is running after that kick. I think they do pause it after scores.
I think they got this whole thing wrapped pretty tight as far as the rules and regulations. Yep. The one thing that I really would like to see them change is this holding business of having 30-yard losses on an offensive play.
Right.
That last week was just I don't know about
tough.
you, Nick. That was tough, and that was frustrating to watch because give them their 10-yard penalty behind the line of scrimmage. Move them back, and then offensively there's still an opportunity. But a holding. Like I said before, you could clip someone or face mask someone and have 15.
Right.
It's just, I think that needs to be changed in short order.
Meanwhile, good play by Cam Wheeler. He's played well tonight. We've called his name several times up front defensively for Merrimack. Slammed into the ball carrier, Ryan Flynn, there for a 3-yard loss. That'll take us inside at 2 minutes. Finley still in the game. No, there's a new quarterback.
Yep.
It's Brunet, that's right. Third different quarterback to take a snap tonight. Handoff to the left side for Flynn. No, not Flynn. Another new carrier, Matt Oliver. I'd be curious to see how many different ball carriers tonight have toted the leather for the Titans.
Especially the last 20 minutes, yeah.
we may be up around 9 or 10.
The last 20 minutes, 8 of them.
Right, different running backs tonight to touch it, including that man, Matt Oliver, the junior, getting his first carry. So, 3rd and 15, excuse me, on the way from the Titan 20. And this is going to take us down to right around 1 minute to go in regulation. They're going to take a knee. Classy move by Coach Lorendi as Brunet drops his right knee to the carpet at about the 15-yard line.
Key thing at this point in game, not what I could see, there were no injuries on the Nashua North team.
No.
Well managed of
no
personnel.
chippy stuff either.
No chippy stuff.
Yep.
All business, all execution. They get their hits done legally, and they get it done. There's no doubt when you play Nashua North, Tom King said it best, they hit hard. But they do it with good form, good safe form, and
And we've seen sportsmanship on both sides tonight.
Yeah.
Sometimes when the score is lopsided, that's when it can get ugly.
But when you take your equipment off, get showered, and go nighty nights, know you played Nashua North if you did. Yeah.
Yep. And Merrimack, to their credit, did not quit.
No, they don't.
Tonight.
No. Kip Jackson's got a nice squad of young men coming back next year, and these seniors should be proud that they're part of a team that's going in the right direction.
Yep.
But this Nashua North team and Curtis Harris, one of the best, most lethal runners I've seen, Nick, and certainly right up there, the top of the list of what you've seen in a lot of years. Impact player on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, quite a night tonight. 145 yards, all in the first half, on 10 carries, 4 touchdowns for the Titans, helping the home team build a 35-0 halftime lead. They added to that in the third quarter, stretched it out to 42-0 at one point. Merrimack ends the game, though, on back-to-back touchdowns in the fourth quarter to make it respectable. 42-12 is the final, and the Titans are going to the semifinals. They avenge a playoff loss from a year ago against Merrimack and will now await the winner of Londonderry and Salem. The Lancers and the Blue Devils get together tomorrow afternoon.
Great job by the officials tonight. Lisa just does a great job of just putting this thing together. A lot of work behind the scenes with a lot of people. This is such a great venue to come, and a lot of space back here for our to put on our program. We hope you enjoyed our almost on the field camera tonight. With that was I'm looking forward to see some of the shots we get there, Nick. But this is a Nashua North Titan team.
It's scary.
That's scary, and I'm really looking forward to. We won't be there. We're going to be the other great game in Goffstown. In Goffstown, taking on Bedford. But I'll tell you that Salem Londonderry game, I'm going to be paying close attention to that, and probably going home and having some popcorn, watching that one on stream from Salem TV.
Absolutely. All right. Reminder: tomorrow, you mentioned it. We're in Goffstown. A 1:00 kick between the Grizzlies and the Bedford Bulldogs. Quarterfinal matchup. Two teams that are rivals getting set for another chapter in what's been a good rivalry between those neighboring towns. Again, Bedford at Goffstown, live tomorrow. Check us out on our YouTube channel, FNL NH Media. That's Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube at FNL NH Media. Please hit the subscribe button. Want to thank Lisa Gingras and her staff here at Nashua North. Doing a great job as usual, making us feel welcome, getting us all set up. We appreciate her work and cooperation as usual. And also want to thank Pete Johnson of ETV.
You bet.
For being there for us. We appreciate him throughout this whole stretch run. And one other reminder as well before we say goodbye to the crew. We'll not only be live in Goffstown tomorrow, but a full recap of all the weekend action comes your way Monday with FNL Rewind presented by Beals Insurance. That comes your way on FNL NH Media at 5 o'clock. Again, FNL Rewind on Monday at 5, but tomorrow, playoff coverage between Goffstown and Bedford, live from Goffstown at 1 o'clock here on FNL NH Media. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire game of the week.
That'll be going up through NFHS as well.
That's correct.
Yep.
Our partnership continues
also,
with
WBNH Radio will be broadcasting us as well.
That's right. So, on all kinds of different
platforms
tomorrow.
I was told that by the great Bill Jennings. He loves to hear that. So
that's right. Love working with Bill. as usual.
BCTV has become a subscriber I saw the other day. So thank you, BCTV.
We appreciate their support as well as ETV and every other station we've worked with this season. All right. For our crew, which includes Derek Johnson behind camera A tonight, great job. As our lead videographer, Ben Beals, down there in the crow's nest.
Matt Beals,
excuse me, you're right. Ben, of course, behind us tonight, and as usual, doing a great job in the director's chair. And John Barron as well, doing some engineering stuff, kind of filling in here and there as a camera guy. Just
he will be
around as well.
Be doing the camera to full time tomorrow.
Yep,
so look forward to that.
In Goffstown behind the lens. So
great people helping out.
For everybody, including you, Steve, and your friends at Beals Insurance, we appreciate your support as well.
And I want to thank, if in fact it's the Ackerman family that gave me this T-shirt, as you said, that was a very, very kind gesture. Mm-hmm. You are in store for a lot of good years watching that young man in college, I'm sure, and a great couple of weeks coming ahead.
You're going to give that T-shirt a workout as well, I'm sure. That's a nice looking piece.
Are you Mrs. Ackerman? God bless you. Thank you very much. Well, thank you so much. We love watching your son, too.
Thank you. Some live praises from the fans here at Stello Stadium as we say goodbye. We congratulate Nashua North. Looked great tonight, 42-12.
They sure did.
A winner over Merrimack. We will see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock Eastern in Goffstown for Bedford and Goffstown. This has been a presentation of the Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. So long, folks.